he had some problems with weight, I guess. So we'll see. I said I'll fight him on any weight, but you know, at the end of the day, we still have to all be professional. And I mean, he's not professional. The last thing I want is for the fight to be scratched, so I'll fight him on any weight. He's a lot overweight.
I think this fight will happen. Just will not happen if he not want to fight me. Maybe we can do cat weight. My weight right now, yes, is 96 kilos. It's not on the schedule make 185 anymore. I'm more concentrate on my weight than on his weight. I really don't think about that. I even don't watch his fights and his style. I don't sit to study him. 1 cup of wine until get the whole bottle of the wine. So.
Man, Israel Adesanya ruined Paulo Costa. Ever since that loss, Costa has not been the same mentally. He's made some weird excuses about drinking wine and getting drunk before a fight, and that's why he lost, to declining like #1 contender fights, to now missing weight for the first time in his entire career. And it's not even like he just missed a workout or something. The guy is 25 pounds above the weight limit 2 days, not even a full 2 days, a day and a half before weigh-ins. And he is just nonchalant about it. He just doesn't even care. It's like he's calling the shots of the fight, as well as trying to change the narrative to, hey Marvin, if you're not scared, fight me at 195, or fight me at 205, or whatever the catchweight that Paulo Costa says is. I honestly don't even know if he means 195. He might even mean like 210. We have no idea what weight he wants to fight at, and we know Dana White is not gonna like this. Paulo Costa has put the UFC in a very uncomfortable position because it seems like he didn't even try to make the weight. He's making it seem like he doesn't even care. Like he's calling the shots that the fight's going to be in a catch weight because I wanted a catch weight. And he's the main event. He's also a top contender of the middleweight division and a guy that the UFC promoted previously. Only for him to end up being so unprofessional, Dana and the UFC are not going to be doing this guy any more favors. But credit to Marvin Vettori because he said he will fight Paulo Costa at any weight because he wants to fight Paulo Costa. He wants this fight to continue no matter what, even though he's going to be at a disadvantage if they fight at 205, because I'm pretty sure Marvin is under 200 pounds. He's going to be massively undersized fighting Paulo Costa at 205. Now that's in theory, but the other part of it is Paulo Costa also said that he doesn't even know how Marvin Vettori fights. He said he never studied the guy, he never watched any of his fights, and that is a little bit strange. Maybe he said this about previous opponents, but I know he studied Israel Adesanya before that. I know he watched his fights because he also detailed some of the things that Israel Adesanya does. This Saturday, he has no idea who he's fighting. That's pretty much how he's going into this fight. He doesn't even know what weight he's fighting at, and he doesn't even know the opponent pretty much. Talk about being unprepared. I mean, this all stems from that loss to Israel Adesanya because before that, Paulo Costa was not like this. Yeah, he was brash and overconfident, but he never did or said anything so outlandish before. And it's not just that he lost to Adesanya, who he despised, but it was his first loss of his professional MMA career. And the way that he lost was horrendous. He got absolutely dominated and made a fool of out there, where for years prior, he was deemed to be the next Brazilian star. He was supposed to take after the Vitor Belforts of the world, the Anderson Silvas of the world. For Brazil, Paulo Costa was the guy that was supposed to bring them back on the map, only for him to get absolutely thrashed by Adesanya. And honestly, I don't like his chances too much in this fight with Marvin Vettori because Vettori is taking this fight seriously. He's the one that's professional in this one. If you wanted to know who was going to be hated more out of Vettori and Costa, we all got the answer now. Marvin Vettori is the babyface in this fight. He's the guy that pretty much everybody's going to be rooting for because he stayed professional. He was going to make the weight, and what he says is true. And also for the fact that he's willing to jump up in weight, put himself at a disadvantage in order to continue this fight for the fans and for himself, because this is a big fight for him. All credit to Marvin Vettori. I did kind of favor Marvin Vettori to probably win this fight. Now it's a little bit more complicated, but his cardio combined with his wrestling and his durability is enough, I believe, just generally speaking, looking at the fight on paper, that should be enough to beat someone like Paulo Costa, because Costa does slow down in a fight. He's not one of the hardest hitters in this division. Marvin Vettori has an insane chin just as it is. He puts on crazy pressure on his opponent, and the takedowns are constantly going to gas out Paulo Costa as well as test him on the ground, because that is where Marvin Vettori shines the most. Costa is the better striker overall. He's just better technically, he's faster, he's better with his footwork, he's better at placing his shots as well as creating angles for his punches and his body kicks. It's just, I don't think that Paulo Costa, especially in a 5-round fight being 211 pounds right now, there's no way he's going to be fresh going 5 rounds. Marvin Vettori might lose the first couple rounds here, but in the 3rd, 4th, and 5th, I absolutely do see him taking over. Now, I don't want to get too far into the breakdown because I do have to make the prediction video for this. This fight has gotten interesting to say the least.